Welcome back to the Daily Deer. This is day one. I got to figure out how to do these day things, but it's February 1st. Today's quote is, "We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors. We borrow it from our children." It's a Native American proverb. I don't have the source credit here, but our buddy, who we haven't had on the podcast in a while now, but Doug Durren has stated something similar. It's not ours. It's just our turn. Doug's done a lot of great things around CWD, but also he's got an organization called Sharing the Land. You may have seen Doug on shows like Meat Eater and the Joe Rogan podcast, but he's done a lot to help kind of get that message out there. And that's a really succinct way to say that we have to treat our public lands with respect. And I remember when I had talked to Doug on the show one or two times or on a call, we were talking about how people treat private land is different than how they treat public land. And it's just inherent. It's not that you even really think about it. It's a little bit more subconscious. But I think about it like going to someone else's house for a party versus hosting a party. When it isn't yours and you don't have that actual sense of ownership. I know there's all these sayings about like public land owner and all that stuff. It's good to say, but it's not quite literally the same thing. If you're on your own private land, you likely will treat it with much more respect and care because it's yours. There's pride of ownership. Even though the public land is ours, it is the public's. It's very clear that it's not treated the same. It's why we have things like Public Land Cleanup Day and things of that nature where we're going out and picking up trash. I've personally done a number of volunteer trips and picking up trash and not just dedicated, but also when you're out in the woods, you can just pick up trash. Usually you have a backpack with you to carry your gear. You can dump trash into there if you got a little bag, a plastic bag or something. It is good to pick that kind of stuff up along the way. I have a 7-year-old daughter and she hates litter. It's like an OCD thing almost. She gets really, I don't say upset, but it's pretty visceral for her. If she sees litter on the ground, she's like upset that someone would have done that. And I think we could all learn a little bit from that when you're out in the woods hunting to pick that stuff up. It's not good for the wildlife. It's not good for the land. And it's not good to show appreciation for that land when you're littering. Hunting is more than a tradition. It's a responsibility. And every decision we make in the woods shapes the experiences for those that come after us. So if we're not doing the best job of taking care of our land, then the people after us aren't going to have something as good as we had. And that's going to continue on and continue on and continue on. And you can kind of imagine that outcome of that over time is not great. So, an ethical hunter, generally, a hunter understands that conservation is not just about protecting wildlife, but also ensuring the future generations can walk the same trails and land and woods and feel the same reverence for the land. That's kind of what I'm trying to say, is exactly what I wrote down a couple weeks ago is it's about ensuring the future generations. And now that I have kids of my own, it does have a deeper impact. I'm literally taking them out into the woods, and it'd be really sad if it's not going to be the same, but gosh, we have to do what we can to preserve it in the best way possible so they can experience it in some capacity in a similar way that we have growing up or even now as adults. So the tip today is approach every hunt with the mindset that you are borrowing the experience, not owning it. Leave the land better than you found it and be mindful of your impact. It's a great message. And the takeaway is true wisdom in hunting comes from not from what we take, but what we pass down. Hunt with respect so that others may do the same in years to come. And that's our February 1st Daily Deer. Thanks for tuning in. If you have not subscribed to our newsletter, the link is in the show notes. Once you do that, if you want to refer a hunting buddy or pal to our newsletter, you will start to earn points to win some gear. We will be adding more gear to our referral list throughout this month. So have a great day, everybody.